thoughts. Wait, Smack thoughts on drama? He actually weighed in?
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to
I'm actually curious what he thinks.
another video by yours truly. Some of y'all might be wondering, why hasn't Gacha Smack made a video on the 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉 situation? You guys do come to me quite often for some of my takes and my thoughts on situations like this. I did speak about it a little bit on Twitch and YouTube live stream last night, but let's make a video on it and go ahead and address this so things are clear. I think the way 𝙀𝙓𝙋 went about that entire situation was, without a shadow of a doubt, the worst way to handle it possible. I think if there was a worse choice to make in the predicament that he was in, he made that worst choice. And the reason that I didn't like dogpile on top of him, on top of everybody else, is because from where I see, he's already somebody who's bleeding out, mentally unstable. And it's clear to me that he's got a lot of self-reflecting to do, and he's got a lot of healing to do. So like, I'm not the type to punch somebody that's already on the way down. As I told my Twitch chat and YouTube chat yesterday, I punch straight or I punch up, right? These days, as I've started to gain more and more traction and garner more attention to the channel, I get
my hands are ready to eat for everybody.
Shots taken at me all the time. But, you know, I'm not the type of person that responds to every single thing, you know? You're going to get shots taken at you the bigger you get. Some of these people, they're just trying to clout chase, you know? They're looking for relevancy. And me, if I respond, it's because I respect that you have a degree of power, of relevancy to damage my reputation. If I don't respond, I probably just think you're an insect. It's like, zzz, and I'm just like, hey, get the fuck out of the way. So in this matter, I think his little post that he put about me, it was just like a little, I was like, all right, bro. Now, generally, I would respond to something like that. But again, as I told y'all, bro was bleeding out. I do think it's important to control a narrative when I feel a narrative can be easily manipulated and put into a way that allows somebody to redeem themselves and come back into a spotlight of relevancy. It is important to respond at that particular point. But I looked around and I said, damn, everybody's, you know, putting their pitchfork in the guy. There's no point in me putting the pitchfork. He's done. He's done. That's all she wrote. So that was my stance on that matter. The other thing I want to talk to you about is, like, suicide attempts are very serious. And regardless of whether somebody is telling the truth or not, I don't know their actual mental stability. I don't know the degree of seriousness that they actually have. I've seen many times, as I'm sure you guys have seen, where people were like, that guy's not going to do it, that guy's not going to do it, and then the guy does it, right? And I spoke on my Twitch chat about this last night as well. When somebody commits suicide, it is the ultimate chess move. It is a fucking galactic attack. There's nothing you can do once that happens, right? The only thing that's going to happen after that is it's going to hit the news. It's going to spread like wildfire. And then it's so powerful that it doesn't just affect the community. It affects the world gets word of this, and the world doesn't care about the context surrounding it. The world only cares about, oh, that guy committed suicide, poor soul. And then the next thing that happens is they start looking around what variables kind of like may have pushed them closer to that edge. And then they start judging those variables. I look at things from a bird's eye view all the time. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't want no part of that shit. Okay? Hey, God be with you, brother. I'll take that weak ass jab on the chin. As I said on my Twitter, as I tweeted it, I basically said, if a man isn't happy with the circumstances that they are in as an adult, they need to do but one thing only: look in the mirror. Okay. Every choice you've made has put you in the exact predicament that you're in today. So if you're mad, be mad at yourself. And that was something that I was trying to tell him without attacking him, brother.
Yeah, I think it's kind of important for this situation that the only people who need to respond are the only ones who need to respond, right? And I think those people are most likely myself, Brax, Dish, Tawano, 𝙀𝙓𝙋. And I think those are only the real people who were called to action to respond on what's going on, right? Other than that, we don't really need anything more than that. That's probably pretty fair to say now. You too? Yeah, myself, of course. Absolutely. I mean, if your name was mentioned more than 3 times in the document, you pretty much have to.
You have nobody to blame but yourself. In that document, you pointed the finger at every single person around you. You obsessively try to find dirt on everyone to say, hey, they're wrong. Instead of just being like, what the hell did I do to get myself in this position? How did I get here? What choices did I make?
Gacha Smack seems like a very reasonable and wholesome guy. It's because he's using the persona music, right? Let me show you, for example, okay? Guys, today we're pretty much going to be breaking down the unfortunate reality of everything that happened with my erectile dysfunction. And what's been going on, to kind of break it down to you, is I can't come. It's the music buff. You know what I'm saying?
How can I reflect? How can I learn from this so that this never happens again? You made quite literally the worst choice possible. And that's the thing I want to talk to you guys about. There was a good period of grace, a grace period that went by after the first shit show that 𝙀𝙓𝙋 got himself into. This grace period was supposed to be the training arc. This was supposed to be where you finish the humble pie, fall forward, and then reflect, and then come back. Instead of coming back and doing what I'm about to tell you should have done, you put that document out. That was the worst way. What should he have done? He should have came back and said, hey, a good degree of time has passed by. I've done a lot of reflecting, and I'm here to tell everyone that I'm sorry. I fucked up. I was a real piece of shit. You guys were right. I was manipulative. I was a control freak. I was a dickhead to Brax's phone. Despite him doing some weird stuff, he didn't deserve that. I could have went up to him and said, hey man, I'll be honest with you, that shit was incredibly weird, but I at least want to be cordial and get along with you. Every time I see you at one of these events, we're gonna get along, man. And honestly, I strive for us to be friends. But one thing that's not gonna happen here is we're not gonna do this whole talk shit about each other to everyone else in our community. I'm not gonna converse in discords, in private discords about one another. The small minds discuss other people, great minds discuss ideas. We're gonna be adults about this. I'm here to talk to you guys and say, I acknowledge that I fucked up. I'm here to talk to you guys and say, I acknowledge that I fucked up. And I want to do better. Now I get it. Some of y'all are not going to take this serious at all. Some of you don't believe me, and I completely understand that. But for those of you willing to give me another chance, I'm going to prove to you, not with my words, but with my actions going forward, that I am no longer that human being. I wish to do better, and I want to start off right now by saying I humbly apologize to all of those who I may have wronged, and I wish to reconcile that. I wish to reconcile and rectify these situations with these human beings I mean.
It's very nice to have another adult in the community. It is very, very, very nice. It makes me feel like I'm not totally alone. It's great.
Wronged, calling out the names of the people that you know have problems with you and saying, hey, I wish to discuss things with you in a private manner or a public manner so that everyone knows the score. And then so hopefully we can move on from here. But we're changing yesterday. We've already changed. It's happening. What I wish to do now going forward is just work on the passion and craft that I am pursuing, that I had a bunch of fun doing and success doing so as well. I think that if that was what he put into the document instead of you, bro would have already been, he would have already been making a comeback. He would have been blossoming, man. But the worst thing you could do is try to hold everyone accountable except yourself.
True.
That is not a good look, not only in the eyes of the public, but in the eyes of pretty much everyone else. They're looking at you like, okay, this guy thinks his shit doesn't stink. So I think that is a very important lesson. Now, to the people that are apparently this guy's friends, have some backbone. Stand up for yourself. Speak up. Okay, because every time you remain silent, your silence is louder than the speak up is.
True.
And the silence sometimes just makes you look like
all this shit that he's saying I've been saying. 100%. Yeah, it's good shit. I'm glad it's good to have someone else echo this shit.
a coward. That's not a shot. That's me being very honest. It also kind of comes
he used the word coward. I used the word pussy. Same shit.
Off as this person only cares about their reputation, even if it's at the expense of a friendship or doing what's the right thing.
And unfortunately, that's kind of gone to really show in spades with creators like, you know, 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿 or 𝙀𝙓 or Dish, where it really does seem like the only thing they care about is their reputation. And it's a really, really, really bad look, right? It's a horrible fucking look. But that's kind of been, you know, it's kind of been the overall theme for this whole entire issue.
And the last thing I think I would like to leave off with, do not think you are too good to be in 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝑍's predicament. Let me tell you something. Mike Tyson said it best. It doesn't take but one step to go from being inside of a limo to being at the bottom of a ditch.
Yep.
You can fall from that cloud nine very fast, okay? You can go from that gold buttery spoon getting put into your mouth by somebody else, and they're like, oh, you wipe that off with a napkin. You got a little crumb right there. To you scraping shit up off the ground.
True.
It can happen very fast. And that's what's so nerve-wracking. That's what instills fear in a lot of these creators, because a lot of them did get lucky and get shot straight to the top. And they are terrified of that fall. But see, that's the
very true. A lot of the kids about creators blew up out of nowhere from COVID, and they don't really know what to do to sustain it. So they kind of just live in fear, and they just keep on listening to the community and pandering to the weak and pandering to the weak and pandering to Twitter over and over and over again. And they're just like, oh God, please tell me what to do next because I want to stay here forever. So please, I'll listen to you. I'll do whatever you say. And a lot of them have just become shells of their former selves. They're like amalgamations of like these weak snowflake SJW pussies on Twitter. It's a shame.
The good thing about people who fall all the time, they just know, get back up. Some of these people are terrified of the fall because they've never fallen before. I think those are all my thoughts. You know, yeah, it's about all the wisdom I can share for today. I did want to at least throw in everything that was on my brain over this past 36 hours. It's been one hell of a past 36 hours. Thanks for watching, as always. Peace, love, and happiness, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Don't forget to either follow the Twitch at twitch.tv/GachaSmack or just be on the lookout for the YouTube live streams.
True. I think really good video. Good.